All right. This wrap up is something that people last semester said was helpful for when you have these videos that you have to watch before class, to kind of like help you make sure that you know what we covered at the end of all of them. So it makes the videos a little bit longer than I'd like, but hopefully it's helpful to you. So just a brief wrap up of what we covered. We talked about the basics of differential equations, and I guess the big takeaway was classification of ODEs as by order, linearity, and homogeneity. We did that after laying some groundwork for how to actually talk about differential equations and what they mean. We learned what an initial value problem is and how to solve it given a general solution. So finding those general solutions, that c equal to 3 to the or e to the 3x, that's something that you'll learn in the future. For now, we just wanted to talk about what you would do once you had that solution. And then the most tricky part was we discussed the initial value problem theorem and did an example. And we'll have a chance to talk more about that when you're working on your homework. Let's just kind of go back through our slides and make sure we covered all those big topics. There's nothing else we have to put here. So I told you what we were going to do. We defined differential equations, put it in terms of derivatives, something that's familiar to you. We talked about independent and dependent variables. Hopefully you were used to those ideas even if it's been a while since you talked about them. And that brought us to what is a differential equation? How do we classify them? We did some examples on that topic and then said that the reason we're doing this is because it's important later. We talked about what an initial value problem is, gave some examples, and then actually solved one. This is the type of problem you'll have in your homework, so make a note of that. Put a little smiley face there so you know it. And then we started to introduce some words about why we're talking about initial value problems, existence and uniqueness, to bring us to the theorem that concerns existence and uniqueness. Drew a picture to try and make that rectangle thing make sense. I know that it's challenging and the picture probably didn't do much to help that. We did an example, again, could still be challenging, but I promise it'll make more sense as you practice with it. And so it does seem like those are the three big topics that we covered. This is your practice problem due for participation credit. So after you watch these videos, they take a good chunk of your time and I want you to get credit for that. So you'll just do this practice problem before class. You'll upload it to your participation journal in Blackboard. I'm going to write that real quick. By class time on Tuesday. And the problem is just going to be to classify this ODE given by x times u prime over x cubed plus 4 times u is equal to cosine of x. And so that's just practice with the first part of what we did for this class. And then I'll take questions about it at the start of next class to kind of get things rolling on thinking about what we learn in this set of videos. So all you have to do before class, sorry to repeat myself so much, but I want to make sure we're on the same page, is work on that problem, take a picture of it, embed it in your participation journal so I can real quick flip through and see if you got it or not, and try to think about the videos and any questions you might have, maybe anything that I said we were going to learn way at the start that you feel like you did not learn. That would be a good place to start with questions. And then when you come to class with those questions, I'll answer them, and then I'll give you some time to work in web work, kind of practice what you learned. So I'll see most of you in class at some point during the week. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to this semester.